Hello everybody and welcome to another Cybernetics TV production. I'm your host, Insane Rabbi. Joining me today on the mic is Ichi. How you doing, Ichi?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to see how this last game unfolds.
Yeah,
how are you doing, Rabbi?
I am excellent. We took a little break after casting the first few games of this, so got my energy back, ready to go. We got Morrow versus TLO, Game 5. This is for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen, all the pogs, for those of us that grew up in the 90s. And, yeah, this is it. Here we go. Snoopy, you're on camera. Are you good to go? Alright, 5 seconds in the replay as always, guys. 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off. So, we do have Morrow spawning in the upper right corner, and he is the blue Terran. We have TLO spawning in the upper left as the red Terran. GGGL, HFGL, all the good manners coming out. They're intimidating each other. They're type chatting. This is no good. I'm just kidding. Let's make our last stand. Yes. TLO, always chit-chatting, having a good time. Nice guy from what I've heard. I've never actually met him personally, but I heard he's a pretty cool guy. Same with pretty much everyone else in the StarCraft 2 community. But, you know, it is what it is. We do have the final map here of the series, Kulos Ravine. Probably my most hated map. No joke, this map makes me cringe. So many destructible rocks, so many cliffs. I mean, it is a Reaper's haven, although TVT you don't really see Reapers as much. TLO's been moving out with two variants, a Reaper, a Marauder, and a Hellion, and trying to put some really pressure on. He's done that a couple times. And even Morrow's actually opened up with a Reaper, and I think it was game 1. So, although I don't think Reapers are necessarily strong in this matchup, this map definitely plays towards kind of a Reaper build, so we might see something in the form of Reapers. We'll see. We do have TLO building his barracks here now, same as Morrow. Gas going down for both players. And we might just see normal, you know, infantry, and then one person takes to air, and one person tries to defend, and that's that. So, Ichi, what do you think's gonna happen in this unbelievably soon-to-be awesome Game 5?
I'm thinking TLO's going to go with Reapers again, as he did earlier, and try and put some pressure maybe, or just use it to just get some scouting information. Whereas Morrow would just be getting tanks again, or maybe teching to get Banshees or something like that, because of that short distance. Once they've scouted each other, it's very viable to do that. So it depends how Morrow feels and what his playstyle is, and we'll see as the game unfolds. One thing though, I do hate this map. I'm a Zerg player, and this is the worst map for me. I actually would always cancel this map. I wouldn't play on it. I just would give up right away. At least against a Terran player, I wouldn't even try.
Yeah, Reapers on this map are probably the most brutal thing I've ever seen in my life, so that I will agree with. We do have a Marauder coming out for Liquid TLO, and just more Marines coming out, and a factory went down for Morrow and the second gas, so it'll be interesting to see how the builds play against each other. I don't necessarily know what the factory is going to be building, most likely Hellions, but that's not going to do too well against a Marauder heavy army. So what is TLO going to be doing from here on out? A second barracks is about halfway done. Stim is being researched. And that is pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on, just 2 sets of gas. Morrow will probably be taking for air. That's what I was going to say. If you'll notice, the natural expansion of both players is actually facing their enemies, the cliff. So if you kind of put a Banshee over that middle ground in between both players, that like raised platform, so to speak, the Banshees can just wail on your opponent's natural expansion. As for air getting into the main, no one's at an advantage or disadvantage there, and it's honestly not that good. Ooh, that scan, I don't know if it sees the air. Let's take a look. TLO, oh god, the camera's on him and it was just moving everywhere. He sees the factory and he sees a tech lab on the factory. So I don't know if he thinks... Actually, I'm going to keep it on TLO here. No, the scan has gone down. His Marauder has scouted a bunch of Marines. He's got to be careful here. You don't want to lose those Marauders to those Marines early. Liquid TLO needs to be pretty careful, actually, and it looks as though the Marine Hellion is moving out. They're going to be doing work on TLO's Marauder. Second Marauder coming in here,
User
and it's
left
just
your
not going to be enough.
channel.
He may even lose this last Marauder. No, that's not going to happen. Going back to the everyone view, it looks as though TLO is going to be throwing down a third Rax, 2 Tech Labs, maybe a... I don't know what he's going to have on the last one, but he was to push forward with 1 Rax Marauder and now a 2nd Rax pumping Marines. But is that a 4th Rax? Wow. Liquid TLO going all in a sense. 4 Raxes. It's not really an all-in, but it's a good amount. He's researching... Oh, Stim has finished. Concussive Shells coming out right now. And it looks as though he does not want to give a scout to Morrow. Wow, I just realized I can't say tomorrow, like as in at Morrow, because that sounds like I'm talking about a day in the week. So, LOL, bad pun, bad joke, I'm sorry, I'll stop. But we do have a Banshee out now for Morrow, and it's going to do some work on these Marines. The Marine Stim, though, and the Marauder Stim, you got to be careful here. Don't lose that Banshee. All the anti-air is taken out, and it does look as though Liquid TLO is going to have to retreat here against this Marine, Hellion, and Banshee combination of units. And yeah, Ghost Academy has gone down. I'm surprised the second... I was about to say, where's the second gas for those Ghosts? And the Banshee cutting across the cliff on the top, just doing work on those Marauders. He's got to bring it back, though. He's down to 8 HP, and the Marines coming in, doing some damage, although I think it'd be safe to pull that Banshee back. The 4 Rax, Engineering Bay going down now, and Ghost, Marauder, Marines, everything's coming out for Liquid TLO. He's got to be thinking about doing something. Command Center going down now, though, for Morrow. I don't know if a Command Center was necessarily the smartest play here. I mean, you're looking at a 4-Rex, very aggressive play coming out from TLO. And he scans it. Let's take a look how much of it. He does scan all 4 barracks. So, this is not looking good for Liquid TLO. He may end up just building the OC in his main and then lifting it eventually, but he is definitely not going to go for that quick expansion now. At least I can't imagine he would. Banshee coming in, doing some work on these Marauders, and on a couple SCVs. Yeah, picked 1 SCV. The Ghost doing some attack. The scan did go off. I believe the Ghost now has EMP. So, you gotta be careful here. Picking off 1 Marine, yes. I don't see Combat Shield being researched anytime soon. 1 Marine sneaking around the back, trying to come in, maybe gonna try and scout Morrow over here, who does have a Raven out. But are Ravens really going to be that great against Marines Marauders? I don't know. I mean, the PDD's solid, but is it really that solid? And it does look as though Morrow is taking out these destructible rocks in the back of his main. Did TLO just scan that? No. Thought I saw a scan.
I do have to say as well, though, is TLO invested so much in Marines, in Marauders. Marines, yes, they do less damage than 2d6, but their DPS is much higher than Marauders, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, Marine, I believe they actually have the highest damage output per cost in the game. For, like, ranged units, of course. They do an extreme amount of damage. Of course, their biggest problem is they're very squishy, and their range is not immense, but it's definitely not bad. And we do have a Banshee coming in here, probably going to cloak. There you go. EMP going off. Did he see it? There it is. EMP, yeah. And Morrow, no! He's going to get that Banshee out. I couldn't get the last hit on that. That is so upsetting. TLO's got to be upset. Stimming 1 Marine forward. Bunker is going down. Siege tanks are coming out. 2 more barracks is being put down. Air is producing medevacs throughout. Siege tanks with siege mode. Wow. Liquid TLO, he's got to try and break this. He's got to try and break the destructible rocks and back. He does have a factory and a starport out, but he's on 1 base. Morrow's on 2. Things are not looking good for TLO.
Well, actually, Morrow actually doesn't have a probe there, or SCV. Just at the time I say that, he actually moves one of the SCVs to the Zelnaga watchtower, so he knows TLO is going to come from the back of his base and try and harass him.
And we do have Morrow bringing some siege tanks back here. They're probably going to siege up 1 siege, 2 siege, and it looks as though TLO is going to have to back out and retreat. And, oh, he's losing some units there. Don't really know what's going on. Oh, siege tank takes out a huge chunk of units. And actually the drop coming in. EMP's going off, but is it going to be enough? Morrow throwing down the defensive turret, and it just looks like the drop obliterates TLO's army. GG. Wow, maybe a bit premature there, but unbelievable. Game 5 being decided. TLO trying to go the all-in route with the 4 racks, and Well defended by Morrow. Great use of Cloaked Bandit.